Deputy Secretary Campbell, good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
And I literally just came from a meeting with TechRo and the Taiwan United Nations Alliance group, and Dr. Michael Tsai, former Minister of Defense, says to say hello to you and appreciated the relationship you all have had over the years. What was discussed in that meeting was Resolution 2758, the UN General Assembly resolution from the 70s. Can you clarify the U.S. position on China using it to claim that Taiwan is part of China when, in fact, while it does address Chiang Kai-shek, it's silent on Taiwan's status?
Yeah, exactly. And it is a tool that China has used, as you rightly point out, Congressman, in its diplomacy to make the argument that somehow Taiwan's status is illegitimate, or that interpretation of a one China principle leaves them at a disadvantage. I simply want to say that, we stand by our commitments to Taiwan. We try to clarify in all of our engagements the nature of our policy towards Taiwan, how it is influenced by the Taiwan Relations Act, the 6 assurances, the 3 communiques. I will say, Congressman, that framework, it is difficult and challenging sometimes, but it has provided for an unprecedented level of development and peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait for 40 years. It's going to be harder going forward, but I do think it has given us the capacity and the framework to engage on a complex
Well, thank
issue.
you for that, because I think the less ambiguity relating to that and the U.S. position, the better, because obviously, as you just pointed out, the PRC is using that to sever diplomatic ties or disrupt diplomatic ties between certain nations, and also exclude Taiwan and Taiwan, and then exclude Taiwan from international participation in international organizations. Let me ask you about sanctions really quickly in Europe. I'm leading a bipartisan congressional delegation to Europe, and I seek your guidance here, but one of the ways to enlist European allies and partners into this project relating to China and making sure there's de-risking happening with respect to China, in my view, is better, more forceful use of sanctions. In August, the administration, Commerce, added 30 Chinese firms to the Commerce Entity List for their role in supporting Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But were any of these companies added to the Treasury CMIC list?
I'm going to have to take the specifics of that back, Congressman, and I will get back to you immediately on this. I do want to I think what you describe is what's necessary between the United States and Europe. The first step is more engagement on the Indo-Pacific. You will find on your trip, when you talk to them about the Indo-Pacific, they're hungry for more information. They want to know more about our policies, but this is not an arena where they have a lot of deep experience. And so your ability to help them think through the challenges, they want to know more about cross-straits. They ask us a lot of questions about the South China Sea. They want to know about AUKUS and our security partnership.
Well, can I just reclaim real quick? Because I think, again, getting the Europeans serious about this issue would be if we actually not just put these Chinese entities on a commerce list, but actually sanction them or put them on the CMIC list, because that has a multilateral effect. The Europeans are looking at what Treasury is doing, and if these Chinese entities are aiding Russia enough to get on the entity list of commerce, why are they not being put on the Treasury CMIC list? And then furthermore, why is Treasury not putting them on the full blocking sanctions list, the SDN list?
I'll take that back.
Yeah, and I need to talk to Secretary Yellen about this too. We're not sending the right signals to the Europeans. If we sanction these entities for materially supporting Russia, then Europe will pay more attention. And I think that's what I would, you can help us in our diplomacy in Europe if Treasury would actually do this, as opposed to just putting it on a commerce list. Final question on the Philippines. Are the resupply trips to the Sierra Madre a long-term solution to assert the Philippines' internationally recognized sovereignty over Second Thomas Shoal? What is the long-term solution to Second Thomas Shoal?
So I think the most important things that we can do right now, Congressman, is, as we've heard, strengthen the bilateral partnership between the United States and the Philippines, to multilateralize. You'll note in recent weeks we've had patrols from Australia, from Japan, other countries, to underscore our commitment to freedom of navigation. We have to increase Philippines' capacity, and we have to be absolutely resolute that the legal standing on which China is using to apply illegitimate force in these areas is antithetical to the international community.
All right, thank you.